Hello, Weebs and Normies. Welcome to the Anime Club. I'm Graham.
And I'm George.
All right, George, are you ready for an exciting climax to our finale? You ready for a great
of course.
finish to our mid-season finale?
Yes. To our mid-season finale, yes.
Yes.
In fact, I was reading some of the comments and I felt so dumb because it's something I should have known.
Okay.
But yes, Jinshi is supposed to be the Emperor's sickly brother. How did I not remember that? How did I not remember that?
There's a really obvious reason why we would have forgotten that, George.
Okay, tell me about how this is going to tie back to the Maomao and Jinshi scene.
Oh, no, George, I don't know where your head is at. That's so weird that you would say that.
Okay,
yeah, no,
what was it?
It has to do with the color of my sweater, actually. It's our goldfish brains.
Oh. Yes.
Yes. I'm wearing this in honor of our goldfish brains and not remembering anything about the Apothecary Diaries, it seems, like on a freaking weekly basis.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Pretty bad.
And we've like discussed taking notes, but it's like, I don't want to be writing something down.
Right, we've talked about the logistics of taking notes.
Like, how would we do it? We need to figure out something. How can we do it? But we're like, well, what if we're like, like pause it, but it's like, no, but that pausing it, it's like ruins the flow of the show.
Yeah.
And like,
and then the extra editing burden of like being like, well, we could pause it and then take it out and we get
we just don't have time to edit all that.
We just gotta freaking eat some.
We gotta lock in.
We gotta lock in. We gotta eat some. There's this stupid thing that Joe Rogan freaking promotes for brain. It's something brain.
Alpha brain.
Alpha brain.
I don't even know if that stuff works, bro.
Who knows? It probably doesn't. Like, let's be real. Yeah, we just need some alpha brain, and we just need to, get some all sorts of stuff in us to remember.
Yeah.
But alas. That is how it is. When you're doing, we'll get better. We'll always try to improve. When you're doing reactions, it's very different from just watching because there is a segment of your brain that you've partitioned off to be like, what am I going to say about the thing that's happening, right? Because you want to say something. We don't want to sit here and say nothing. So, like, there's a small part that you would maybe use to remember a little bit harder.
Lessen the bandwidth somewhat.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So we miss things. We forget things.
We try and go back when we can, but we both are incredibly busy with everything. So it's like hard to go sometimes. And then sometimes we're like, oh, we got to go back to do this. And then we forget like midweek. And
absolutely. Yeah. But you know what?
But we're locking in.
Yes, we're locking in. The other thing is, people have been really patient with us, and they've had a lot of good comments to remind us about things and explain things in really kind ways that are non-spoilery. So at the very least, the silver lining is people have been super nice and giving some awesome, great comments and being patient with us. So it kind of works out at the end of the day.
Yes.
Yeah. So thanks, everybody. Exactly. That's super helpful. So, George, this is it. Mid-season finale. Any predictions?
Last time you said that Jinshi and Maomao were going to finish the deed.
Ooh.
I don't think that's happening, dude. I don't think that's happening.
Don't ruin my dreams, George.
However, I do hope he tells Maomao his true identity, because I think that'll change the dynamic between Maomao and Jinshi in a big, significant way.
His true, not true identity.
Yes, his supposed true identity.
Right.
Yes,
the identity he thinks he
and then
has.
we'll see if she continues to solve the mystery beyond that. But
yeah. It is funny in retrospect, especially because of these comments that really helped us to remember that, like, she hasn't put things together. Like, she solves all of these wild mysteries so quick, and then she's just like, why is all this happening? A sickly brother, blah blah blah. Like, she can't, obviously she didn't say specifically that, but like, she should put some things together. Like, oh, okay, there's definitely something weird going on here.
I think because Jinshi has been like a staple since her stay here, and she was initially so distracted by like his looks and how he acted around her and everything that it's just like, no, that's Jinshi, right? And like Jinshi. She put Jinshi in a nice little box and put him away, and like That's who Jinshi is. That's what he is. And then didn't think about it further. I think that's what happened. But
yeah, and then if she really does have the concept that the brother is very sickly, she'd be like, well, that's just not Jinshi. Like, clearly that's not right. So I don't know. It is very funny. But it is what it is. I'm excited to see what comes next. I also don't think that they will get anything done this episode. But, you know, a guy can hope, right? A little bit of romance in this freaking...
Okay, sure, some romance. All right, let's go.
All right.
So I figured out who's missing. Jeez, each of them has a pig?
That's
Dude,
funny.
He's even more sus, man.
I know.
He didn't wrap up the party.
Right.
Freaking, yeah.
Keeping it going. Yeah, it's funny. A party. I'm just thinking, like, they've been sitting here for 2 hours, like, eating and stuff. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, it seems excessive. But if it's like a party, then it makes sense. Like, at a party, you would hang out and do stuff. But, like, I guess this is their version of, like, a very formal party where they hang out. It's a
very formal party. Yes, dude.
Yeah.
And it's very, like, freaking over the top, man. Each of them having a whole pig.
A whole pig and stuff, yeah.
I think in my hungriest and my most gluttonous, maybe I could eat a quarter of a pig by myself. Maybe. That's a ton of meat, dude.
Oh my God,
that's insane.
Dude. I've never had freaking calculations in my mind of like, how much of a pig could I eat in my hungriest days?
Well, granted, like these seem to be smaller pigs because they fit like on a tray, but still, dude, like
George, you have all the pig mechanics down. Like, what is this? That's so weird.
Dude, sometimes you get hungry, man. You never know.
I guess so. Oh.
Getsu. I don't know how you say that.
She gonna know. Is she gonna learn the truth real quick?
Oh. Is she feeling something?
Oh no!
Oh my gosh, bro.
Oh my gosh,
bro. I can't believe they did this.
Oh!
He's like,
oh, no way! No way!
A Maomao. Bro.
Oh my gosh!
Let go of the poor man.
Oh my word.
Yes, there were a lot of hints.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Oh my word. Oh no.
She's not curious.
Oh, she doesn't want to do that.
Oh my gosh, Maomao.
Please don't.
He wants to tell you so badly.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Yes, it was a frog.
Oh my gosh. Come on, Jinshi.
All right. Yes. Yeah, you got to do it now. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Much smaller. Oh my gosh, bro.
Jeez. Somewhat. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Jinshi, if you don't tell her at this point, it's your fault.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
You just grabbed. What the freak?
Oh my freaking God.
Okay.
Oh, he's getting closer. Oh. Oh. No way. No way.
She's gonna sock him.
No.
Gonna sock him.
The dog. Gosh dang it.
Saved by the dog, dude.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. Good boy. Jinshi.
Freaking Jinshi, dude.
Yeah, he's pouting, man. No, George, no.
Yeah.
We got way more out of this than I expected, but also freaking no.
I'm really curious why she doesn't want to know. Like, I have a few guesses, but like, I want to know the actual reason, not my guesses, right? Like,
right.
Because it could be kind of what I've said all along, which is she has some underlying attraction towards him, and this will just kind of increase that and like change her dynamic towards him. And she's like partially denying her feelings towards him, and from herself, she's keeping those feelings away from herself. I don't know how to explain it right, but
yeah,
she doesn't want to acknowledge that whole thing
for sure. I think the feelings 100%. She doesn't want to get caught up in a chaotic life of
the
knowing
responsibility.
Too much.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yep.
Right? Yep. Keep things simple for her. Yep. Yeah.
So
it's just frustrating. I mean, I just wish you're right. Like, I wish Jinshi was just more forward. He was certainly forward in a way I did not expect.
So she doesn't know about his. She doesn't outright know about his royalty status per se,
right?
Although, like, come on now, there's been so many hints. She's got to figure that out soon, like just by knowing. But she, for a fact, knows he's not a eunuch. As much as she's in denial,
yes, as much as
that
she's in
has
denial,
been revealed.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point it really hits her and she's just like, "Oh my freaking gosh! Like, what just happened here? Like, I know a little too much." Yeah. Ah, scent.
Okay.
Oh, you got blue ball a little bit, to be fair.
Oh my gosh. I bet his frog's quite impressive.
Oh my gosh. Dang, so she acknowledges what she knows, at least.
Yes, for real.
It's good. Denial's not that strong, thankfully.
This is fake. This is planted evidence.
Yeah. So...
Oh. No, this is planted evidence by Maomao.
Oh, I was literally
This part of Maomao's plan.
Yeah, okay. So they want everyone searching for these guys.
Yeah.
That's what the plan is. Aha! Ah! These guys freaking smell. They wouldn't have time to get the smell off of them yet, and they're having the dog look for the smell of the guns.
It's been 2 hours, though. Should have time, right?
This is a setup, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They're gonna... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're like, this is part of the plan. Okay.
Yep.
I just want to see how this all falls into place.
They're gonna go and try and hide that stuff. Yep. He's gonna try and remove it.
Oh.
Yeah. And then the dog's gonna lead him straight to this guy. Or not. What?
That's the gun.
She found it already? How? The dog?
Oh. Yeah, I think the dog found where it was buried.
Yeah,
because it smelled this guy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Look who's still alive.
You're gonna talk now, buddy. They use this bait to have an excuse to search the forest.
Yeah.
Dude, whoever... Oh?
What was that?
She sees him in a new light, dude.
You think so?
I think so. I'm pretty sure that's what that was.
Ah, so they took the whole group away.
Yeah.
Dang. Get what you deserve.
That's why. Okay. Interesting. Jeez.
Okay.
His last name used to be Ma.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Interesting.
dang, dude. It's interesting how all these like rumors start.
Yeah. Oh, he's looking for info on that. That's crazy.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
That
they're on a
seem more
boat?
than idle chatter, dude. Yeah, seriously.
No.
Some truth at least, but oh. Okay, hold on. I was under the impression that he wanted to tell her just because he needed to get that out of his chest. And now, that could also be a reason.
Probably true.
But they're anticipating problems coming up.
That she needs to solve, or that will happen because of who Jinshi is and he wants to be with her.
I think the latter, that will happen, not necessarily because he wants to be with her, but that will happen because of who Jinshi is, and because she has shown herself capable and competent. They want her to know to like help solve, potentially.
Right, for sure.
That is a great hook. That makes me so curious for what's to come. Maybe it's nothing, but no. Yeah, dude, that makes it sound more than just freaking.
Yeah.
Just more than just wanting to tell him.
Yeah, true.
Just like last time she said, and had the picture of that one girl. The special envoys. They're from the West. Oh.
Wow. What could they possibly gain from that, though? Like, they come all this way...
Trying to kill Jinshi?
Yeah, they come all this way to kill the brother of the Emperor. Like, you've talked about this in the past, and I'm starting to get a little sus on this, too. It's like, why the brother of the Emperor? Why not the Emperor?
So, the best thing that I can think of right now... The Jinshi is currently the crown prince, right? If something happens to the Emperor, it goes immediately to Jinshi. Killing the Emperor... And okay, this is a big jump, and I'll probably tell my thoughts not in the correct order, but this is all the stuff that I'm thinking right now. Okay. People have doubted whether the current crown prince. I don't know why the Emperor set Jinshi up to be kind of the eunuch and all that stuff, and why they're pretending that he's sickly, all this stuff. Who knows? But that's how it stands right now, and so people have started to doubt whether Jinshi is actually ready to take the throne. He doesn't have any other male heirs currently, or he doesn't have any male heirs according to anyone else. They think Jinshi's his brother.
Right.
So if they kill the Emperor, it could start a bidding war for the throne, because people immediately, all the nobles say, "No, I am more fit for the throne. I am more capable." Blah 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 blah. However, if they take out Jinshi, if they kill the Emperor, and Jinshi's still alive. Right, it starts a bidding war for the throne.
It wouldn't start a bidding war. It would go straight for Jinshi, right? If Jinshi's still alive.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, people have started to doubt whether Jinshi is strong enough to be the Emperor, right? The sickly
but I don't
brother,
think
whether he's worthy of the throne.
Having some doubts is not the same as like usurping the throne, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a big of a jump, right? But like, I'm thinking that a very influential and very rich and high-ranking noble could come in and usurp the throne, because their influence and the number of people that want to follow him is more than Jinshi, right? Like, this happens in courts all the time throughout history. It's always like a very powerful noble comes in and takes over, because it's usually like the next person in line was a child, and they just kind of get booted out. Not always. A lot of the times it's like, no, this is the son of the king. He's going to be the freaking new king, even though he's like 5 years old, right?
Right.
But it doesn't always happen that way. It doesn't historically always happen that way. And so I'm thinking, okay, maybe their plan is we don't want to start a bidding war for the throne, and we don't want any of these other concubines to give a son to the emperor. That's why they're working alongside the abortion birth sabotage plan. And then they come in and step themselves in. They get rid of Jinshi. They get rid of any potential heirs. One of the freaking emissaries has already been really upfront about wanting to be with the emperor. They get a son. Boom.
Right.
They kill the emperor. Now they're in control. Or they just wait for the emperor to die out, right? And then they're in control in like 15 years. Once the kid's, 15 years old, strong enough, something like that. I don't know. Like I said, it's a big jump. Trying to connect some dots here as best I can.
I feel
that's what I can think of.
I feel like if something were to happen to the emperor today, Jinshi would just become the emperor because they believe he's the brother to the emperor. So it's just like, it's a very like easy, something happens to the emperor, now Jinshi's in charge, right? But if they kill Jinshi,
but wouldn't they say, well, that's a beautiful eunuch. Who are you? We need to see the brother. We need to see who the brother is.
They would just hide him with a mask.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
Right.
So he wouldn't come out as Jinshi. Okay.
No, he wouldn't come out as Jinshi, but yeah, so I think there's that possibility. The other thing is like if the emperor were to get older and pass away a little bit early, or even just around a normal time, Jinshi is still in a potential situation where he could be the emperor, right? Now, if if the one concubine that doesn't really like Liua, if Liua, I think something like that.
Was Lolan a previous one? One of those two, dude.
I used to know her name up until like this freaking episode.
Goldfish brains, bro. Do you even remember the colored hair girls? Do you even remember their name? We went through such an effort to try and remember.
Yeah, it was like Haku and
Daku and Laku.
Gaku and dude. Something. Yeah.
Anyways, I don't want to distract you.
Anyways, thanks for bringing that up too, George. Very cool. So I think if you have a situation where the current, there's like one, maybe two concubines that are pregnant with potentially boys. But if you remove those kids, so there's incentive to remove those potential kids because if Lowland,
something like that.
If she is in a position to have a kid with the emperor, and they kill, and in this scenario here, they orchestrate a kill on Jinshi, who's assumed to be his brother. That means there's no one to take the position. I kind of thought about this last time. I think I talked about it a little bit. There's no one to take position. So if Lolan, if that's her name, if she has...
and it's her dad that's guilty for this. I actually didn't account for that.
That's right.
Actually. So
that's right.
I'm totally off base here. Yeah.
So that would mean that her child is the new emperor after this emperor passes away. He's next in line. So you don't even have to kill the emperor.
Jinshi.
No, you have to kill Jinshi, right? Because all you need is someone next in line. You don't even have to kill the emperor. All you have to do is kill Jinshi. And then once Jinshi's out of the picture and you have a baby that from the emperor, then you're good to go.
Shouldn't it go even if Jinshi's alive but you have a child? Maybe if he's a baby, not, but like if he's, 10, 15,
I don't think we know 100% how this... We don't know 100% how the succession works. So, like, it's possible that it goes to his brother, maybe, before, and then the brother can make determinations and stuff. I don't know exactly. You make a decent point. Why does Jinshi need to die if it's the son of the emperor? Shouldn't it then go to the son of the emperor? Maybe it's too soon or something, like whatever it is. Like, he's too young or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? So there could be some reasons that we don't understand. But I think that's the situation right now. I just don't understand... is he conspiring with another nation then? Is that why the foreigner girls are getting involved? That's what I don't understand.
What's in it for them? Yeah,
exactly.
That's a good question, right?
Yeah, because it must be that he's either in cahoots with them for some reason, and that's that's how he's got the guns or whatever. It must be. Actually, you know what? It must be because he's got the guns.
Well, those are guns from the West, right?
And he got them guns from the West, so it must be that he's in cahoots with them. It must be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what? Yeah. The only thing is like, what do they have to gain, right? Like we said.
Yeah. It's just power, I suppose. Getting in close with the guy who's about to become, next to the emperor, basically.
Yeah. Like honestly, if let's say the emperor dies and the son gets the throne, and he's like 8, right? Like, who's really going to be ruling? It's going to be the mom and the grandpa, right?
For sure.
So they'll be, So
they'll total control. So that must be it. It's got to be it. I'm thinking. So,
yeah, we'll see.
Oh boy. She's terrified of him. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude, what the heck?
Very funny. Got a little hot-headed.
Honestly, good for him. I hate to pause it so soon, but he was also in like forcing himself onto her. So like, good for him for apologizing on that.
For sure.
She did cup a feel quite aggressively before.
She riled him up pretty good. And if she had resisted, which she did not, then he probably would have relented, to be fair.
Yes, yeah,
he was
100%.
being forward and aggressive. But I mean, hey, if she's into it, then it's freaking all great.
I know, but it's also good to see him like come to his senses like, a little bit.
Hey, if I went too far, that's fair.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, that was a very aggressive feel there, Maomao. Huh, interesting. Just left the poor girl there to cry by herself? Oh my gosh, that's so sad. She said that in a very tender way.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's not like I'm gonna see them. Oh my gosh. Ooh.
Oh my gosh, dude. The tension. Oh my gosh, you better show us what it is.
Oh.
She's not gonna hear anything he said.
No, she's not.
Oh no, he won't be able to tell her. Dang,
oh
dude.
No. She's too happy.
Holy good night. Oh my gosh. Jinshi, how are you so bad at just coming out with it? She's in a different world, dude.
She's done, man.
Oh my gosh.
So listen to what he has to say.
Yes, exactly. Oh.
I'll make it do
Oh my gosh.
Please.
Bro, you shouldn't have given her that first. You should have given that to her after.
The Moon Prince?
Interesting. Yeah, then why is this being hidden? Kazuigetsu.
What? 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 What does that mean? Kazooie.
Yeah, like,
it's a Banjo-Kazooie reference.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a genius.
Yeah. The moon, I mean, Kazugetsu means moon prince, I guess. I guess Ka's flower, so flower moon prince or something. I don't know.
Huh. Huh. So
Interesting.
Gaotian doesn't know that he's the Emperor's son.
He doesn't. Yeah. That's going to be... Yeah, the Emperor doesn't know.
I think the Emperor might know.
I don't think so, dude.
You don't think so? I think he does. I think he might.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. I think he might.
Why? So maybe I'm putting too many of like my Western, very small knowledge, highly ignorant perception of how it works to be a prince. But usually, like, I thought princes are trained their entire lives to rule and take over the throne, right?
Potentially,
like,
yeah.
I'm assuming it's a similar thing, especially since maybe this is like quasi-fictional setting. So like, I would assume whoever is to be the heir of the throne would live a much different life than Jinshi lives.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. It's possible he doesn't know and has put Jinshi in this position.
But even if he doesn't know, what does he gain for putting Jinshi in this position, right? Whether he does or doesn't. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he's in this temporary position for. We know the Emperor asked him directly to do it.
Right.
Asked him to tend his flower garden. What a way to like freaking put it, right?
Yeah. And as a non-eunuch too.
I think that's because he thinks it's his brother. I don't think he could make his brother a eunuch. But yet he still has to go through a lot of he still has to take the drink. I don't know, dude.
I don't know.
There's so much we don't know.
Yeah, and then they drop this on us, and like we have no way of knowing what the frick this means. Like the Moon Prince? Like, oh my gosh. I'm just mad that he didn't tell her, and I'm also mad that she hasn't figured it out. Because, like, I don't know, it seems like even we could have figured this out with our goldfish brains.
Probably.
Right? Like, I don't know.
Dude, that scene at the end with Maomao was really sad. So there's a whole stuff, and I don't want to get into it, but like with babies, you gotta at certain points like sleep train them. And one of the popular techniques was, and still kind of is, to kind of let the baby cry it out. And now there's different flavors of letting him cry out. There's like one where you like let him cry out a little bit, and then you always like come back and you just extend the amount of time you let them cry out. And there's one where you just literally put them in the room and like cry out and all that stuff. Well, anyways, we're big into this because we're like in the middle of it all. It's a lot of the modern research that's like been coming out. It's like showing like how bad that actually is for like their development. It like raises their cortisol levels like a ton, and like it's bad. Obviously, like this has been done to people a lot. So it's if you have an otherwise loving home and all that stuff, it's not like you're gonna
right.
come
it's
out
just one
messed up.
factor, right? It's not like
it's
the
just
whole
one
thing.
factor, exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, but like leaving a child abandoned like she was is like the extreme of the sleep training, cry it out method.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's really bad for kids. Like it's really bad. It doesn't surprise me that part of Maomao's freaking interhuman relationships were stunted because of that.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't know if the author knew about this when they were writing this out, or if it's just kind of like a thing they intuited. I don't know what the word would be.
Yeah.
Or something, right? But like, yeah, letting babies kind of self-soothe excessively is like super bad for them.
Interesting.
Which is really sad.
Yeah, it's the ultimate sadness here is the fact that led to eventually this scene where Jinshi couldn't freaking explain himself. That's the tragedy of this whole thing.
I get this is going to be a big reveal, and I get that he's nervous about it. Okay? I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jinshi, I feel for you, bro. But at this point, it's 100% on you. Like,
100%.
You had every opportunity in the book. you could have told her you have something for you, but I need to tell you something first. Like
100%.
I don't know how you could have done it. Like,
there's an order of operations, bro.
Yes.
You tell the bad thing, and then you give her the thing that makes her very happy after. So then everything is fine. The thing is said, and she has what she wants. You don't give her what she wants. Like, what kind of a deal maker are you? You don't give them what they want before you give them the bad news first. Like, what? What?
Yes.
So fucking frustrating.
He dropped the ball so much, dude.
So ridiculous.
Wow. Well, interesting stuff. The
only information that was conveyed to her was the fact that Jinshi's got a freaking big old frog.
We got a huge old frog. We got a bullfrog up between those legs.
now you're the one. Oh, it's fine with you doing, George.
Listen, I do it very sparingly. You shoot them off like 3 times in like minutes.
So you're saying he's got like a thorny toad, is what you're saying, right?
A thorny toad. Okay.
Intuit that what you will.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I don't know. It's I don't know. I feel like this outcome is fine as long as it like does something for the story. If her knowing that he's not a eunuch actually makes interesting scenarios happen in the future, because like the reason why we want Jinshi to explain this to her is so that more interesting things can happen with the plot, right? That's the whole crux of this whole thing, right? Like, well, obviously we want the characters to be honest with each other. We want them to be all lovey-dovey, blah, 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 for sure. That's a part of it too. But like, as a viewer, I'm just like, well, I need more interesting things to be put out there. So I'll reserve my I'll reserve my judgment on this mid-season finale until the end of the season. But like right now, a potential result of this is just like, really? Like, we're holding this back still. We're holding information back. Now, if Jinshi being known as not a eunuch by Maomao makes sense, or it makes some interesting stuff happens for the rest of the season, then you know what? Okay, this was fine, actually. It turned out to be fine. But if it turns out that it's actually nothing changes, and it would have been more interesting if he would have told her, and then they're going to save that for the end of season 2 instead, or maybe sometime in season 3. It's just like, bro, do we have to drag this out for so freaking long? Like, are you freaking serious?
Really? I think interesting stuff is going to happen regardless of whether he tells her or not, because of the other things that they put a lot of freaking points on the graph, man. I don't see the pattern. I don't see the correlation between any of them, but there was a callback just now to that one story / mystery about how can sister sneak off.
Right.
Clearly she thought it was the emissaries, which it was about them.
Well, if they used the mirror thing to sneak off to give the guns to this other guy, all of the things start connecting in place, right?
Yes, yeah.
And maybe Gaoshin is talking not about, you know, had they arrived by the time Gaoshin explained this story?
Yes, I'm pretty sure they had.
What if this was not an old story, it was a new story, and they were watching them as they were here, and then one of them was able to sneak out, and like he's telling her
that's what happened,
right? Because he's telling her things that have happened without telling her what's happened, because it would be a big frickin' scene if one of them got out of sight, right, and did some stuff that they weren't aware of. So he turns it into like, oh, it's an old story from like some kids from way back when. So basically, they got out, handed these guns. One of them handed the guns to this other guy. So that's how it's all freaking connected, right?
Yes. Yeah. Like there's that, right? She called back to Shure, lady that was behind the assassination plot last time, whatever her name was, last season 1. Shure, yeah. So there was a callback to that. They have these people in custody now. She says, I hope they talk. I hope they talk too. I don't see, unless there's some intense like blackmail going on for them or something, I don't see how they don't rat out the Lord.
Some foreigners,
and like,
right? Yeah, they're just foreigners. Frick them, right? Save your skin.
Were those guys foreigners? I thought they were under Lowland's dad's She shows.
Well, they showed a scene of her giving the guns to at least a group of people.
Oh, no. Yeah, yeah.
So like the people who just got
thought
caught.
those were. Yeah, those were. I believe those are people under Shoshan's command.
Right.
Right.
It's like one of the parties, one of the houses, basically. Right. One of
and he's the dad of Lolan. So what happens when it gets back to the Emperor that Lolan's dad could have potentially been behind the assassination plot of his own brother, right? Like, how does he treat that concubine? How does he continue to treat the dad? Do these guys not talk? If they don't talk, why? What kind of collateral loyalty?
Yeah,
something. That he has on them. They call like Gao Shun right now clearly said some things are about to go down.
Right.
What exactly, I don't know, but they're anticipating some things going down. That was an additional motivator as to why Jinshi was going to tell Maomao. So potentially not telling her, leaving that piece of information out could make her solve mysteries less because for some freaking reason, she refuses to take out the Jinshi box and examine it. No, she's like compartmentalized Jinshi and locked him away in his mind as just Jinshi, as she clearly just said. So anyways, all that to say, I do think interesting stuff's gonna come soon.
Right.
I just don't know how it all ties together. And that's the one thing I'm dying to know.
I think a lot of the stuff we've seen in this first half of the season does connect all to this gun stuff. So I think a lot of that does. But yeah, like going forward now, like there's some other things. I don't know. Do you think what mysteries do you think are left unsolved other than like the lady who tried to kill all those girls in that room?
Well, the biggest one, like,
is why they want
I
to
feel like we have
Jinshi?
a lot of, why do they want to kill Jinshi? And I feel like we have a lot of like partially solved mysteries. Some are like solved 10%, some are solved like 80%. But I feel like even the abortion stuff isn't solved 100%. Like, who's feeding them that information?
True. Yeah, okay.
Like,
fair.
Yeah, like, so yeah. Like, I feel like a lot of mysteries are mostly solved, but there's enough unknown information that's just like, okay, we need all the locks to, like, fall in perfectly here.
Right. Fair enough.
So, yeah. And I don't know. The biggest one, like we said, is why is Jinshi? Why are they trying to kill him? What did they gain from this?
Yeah.
So this is the second assassination attempt, and it's failed. Both because of Maomao as well. That was another thing that I was going to say. Maomao's thwarted both of their assassinations.
No, this attempt was they missed.
Yes, sorry, not necessarily thwarted, but like the first one she stopped, and this one she found who pulled the trigger. There's no way that dude, I don't know if some spy comes to this dude in the cell and it's like, bro, how'd you get caught, right? Or like, I don't know, all sorts of things. Everything's possible in the realm of possibility. Right.
She thwarted the falling thing, but she didn't thwart the second one. She found the culprit. She helped find the culprit.
Not thwart, but like contribute to its downfall. Downfall's also the wrong word because it wasn't like she didn't contribute to its failure, but she contributed to finding out who's responsible, right? So she legitimately thwarted one.
She helped find the culprit. That's what I said.
Yes, yeah, exactly. But I'm trying to put these two in like the same thing, basically saying that she is now in their she's now in their eyesight,
on their radar.
She's on their radar. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay, so I see what you're saying.
She negatively impacted the conspirators.
She's freaking with the plans. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, that's very different than I was understanding you were saying. Yeah, so she thwarted the one plan, which would kind of put her on the radar. And then now there's the second plan that she didn't frick around with, but she found the culprits. I don't know, though, from their perspective, how they could piece together that it was her that solved the mystery of this second one, though. Like, it seemed like it could be a team effort.
True. That's a good point, actually.
Right? Yeah. Like, from our perspective, we know that she played a role, but, like, from their perspective, maybe she was just some person that happened to be there.
When she said, I had the dog smell smell gunpowder, which I don't know how she got gunpowder, but maybe she made it too. She knows the ingredients. It's possible she could have had the guy bring her some stuff. But anyways, was she there when she said, was he there when she said, I had the dog smell this?
I mean, I feel like if this was going to be something that was going to be referenced in the future, they probably would have had the guy react to the fact that like a recognition of her, right? If they were going to kind of like plant these seeds of like she's freaking with our
that's
plans.
A good point. He might see it more like, bro, the Emperor's brother's smarter than I thought. He like figured this out or something.
Right. Or just like this freaking girl again. You know, someone would have looked back and been like, this girl, she was part of this again. Like she must be freaking cracking the codes, right? I feel like they should be breadcrumbing that at this point if they were going to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll determine what they do with these guys who talk. If they don't come back again, then maybe Maomao's not directly in danger. But if they do show him like next episode or mention like, hey, here's the report, Jinshi, of like how the interrogation went or whatever, then it's possible. Right. Yeah. Right. Depending on what's in that report and stuff.
Yeah. I feel like it would be breadcrumbed a little bit more if that was the case, foreshadowed, if you want to call it that. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see, I suppose. It is. Oh, she was with Gaoshin. That's why I was gonna say it is. I'm surprised no one's found it mysterious that the girl who hangs around Jinshi all the time happens to also be here. But Gaoshin is here to represent Jinshi, and then she's here because she's always, she's like the support with that whole thing. Okay, so never mind. Yeah. So they wouldn't think it's too weird that she's here and that she's with him at that point. Well, it's a little weird, actually. It's a little weird that she went out of her way to go talk with... If you think of him as the brother of the Emperor that she shouldn't really even know at all. Like, why is she there with him at the end, right? They would think that's kind of weird, right?
True, they would think that's kind of weird. And one of the things that's, like, common in this kind of genre, and we've I don't know if it was... I want to say it was during the season. We've kind of touched a bit upon this a little bit, but, like, in the mystery solving genre, at some point, the protagonist goes head to head with someone equally as smart and equally as cunning and all that stuff. Right. So even if for this guy, it wasn't as apparent, the guy that is in prison, right? Let's say it's Sure that becomes her mirror, right? Her arch nemesis or whatever. She can figure it out. It's like, wait, this girl, what was her color hair? Oh, it was green, I want to say, right? And she's like, I know who that is, right? Because Maomao would be able to, like, make that guess, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Who knows? Well, we'll have to see. I just really hope, and I think I'm going to be wrong, but I just really hope that the next half of the season is not so episodic. Like, it's fine. I'm enjoying watching the show, but I don't just want to, like, be fine and enjoy the show, like, well enough. I'd like to be, like, really freaking invested in each episode, like, excited. Like, we're watching other shows that are serialized. It's so fun, like, trying to figure out what's coming next and what's going to happen, and every episode seems much more exciting. Episodic stuff absolutely freaking does not create that same incentive. It's always just like, what do you think's gonna happen today, George? It's like, oh, maybe we'll make candies and then that'll be linked to, this other thing in the future. It's like, that's cool. I do like the linking together of things, but like, I really don't, it's juxtapositioned to I really don't like episodic things a lot. I'm really not a fan. So I don't know. There's got to be something over top of, like, if it's a freaking cute moe show, then it could be as episodic as it wants, because
oh my gosh,
I'm watching it for the cute girls doing cute things. In fact, having it episodic makes it better, because you could come up with any random scenario per episode to make the cute girls do cute things. Great, fantastic. But if it's like a show that has more substance and I'm really trying to get into it, having it be episodic really kind of takes away from a thick through line that you can have. And again, I know all these things amount to something, but that doesn't mean that the journey, it's like, this is like the opposite. It's like, it's not about the end, it's about the journey. Right now, it feels like it's not about the journey, it's about the end. It's like, listen, I don't want either of that. I just want the journey and the end to be satisfying. I don't want the journey to be fine and the end to be like, wow, that's great. Because by the time I get to the end, I'm just like, oh, that's cool that it all fit together. But like, man, was it worth walking through the freaking desert for all of this? Like, for real? Yeah. So that's all.
Given how the second half of season 1 went, I don't think it'll be as episodic.
I hope so.
See, the second half here will be as episodic as the first half.
Yeah, because the second half of season 1 was really good. It got more and more and more interesting as it went along. So I hope we see the same. Yeah, I hope you're right.
Yeah, that's my hope too. But you never know. You never know. However, this was a very significant episode. I think this was the best episode.
One of the best for sure. I mean, you see those moves that she pulled?
Oh my gosh, bro.
The spiciest episode yet, baby.
As difficult as it was to stomach, I think 2 episodes ago, or maybe 3, when they talked about the previous emperor, kind of his childhood. That, from like a theming perspective, was really good. It was also very rough.
It was intense.
Yeah, but as far as like from a storytelling perspective, and some of the promises that they've made, that I hope some of this isn't like season 3 stuff. I hope some of this mystery gets solved this season. I feel like we're in for a good second half.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope these mysteries start getting cracked down. We get some intrigue going. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, we'll be here every step of the way. Hopefully you guys join us. So hit that subscribe button so you can see every single time we drop a new episode. Check out the Patreon and the channel membership as well to see all our other stuff 2 weeks ahead of time. But with that, we'll see you guys next time.
Hey, everybody.
Take care.